As we all know, for the fact that people nowadays are more concerned on food hygiene and also health conscious. People nowadays are what we call health freak, which are the same as people who are having OCD. Based on research done, obsessive-compulsive disorder, also known as OCD, is an anxiety disorder characterized by intrusive thoughts that produce uneasiness, apprehension, fear, or worry by repetitive behaviors aimed at reducing that associated anxiety. But today we are going to be explaining about employee health and personal hygiene, which a little bit will also wash out the curiosity of you about OCD. As we all are in the food industry establishment, we know for the fact that these both factors are very important to be considered. If a food worker is not clean, the food can become contaminated. As you know, even healthy persons can be a source of harmful microorganisms, not to mention people who are experiencing sickness in any type. In an attempt to reduce the risk caused by sick food workers, they must report to the persons in charge, wherever they cannot have a direct contact with foods. In this case, it is the chef. If a worker has been exposed to any of these agents or viruses, he or she must be excluded from work or be assigned to restricted activities having no food contact. This is where OSHA takes place. OSHA, which is also known as Occupational Safety and Health Administration, is an area concerned with protecting the safety, health and welfare of people engaged in work or employment. While personal health includes the cleanliness and personal hygiene of food workers. Good personal hygiene is essential for those who handle foods. It includes knowing when and how to properly wash hands, wearing clean clothing, maintaining good personal habits like bathing, washing and restraining hair. Also, keeping fingernails short and clean, washing hands after using toilets, and many more. you are not confident in your own personal cleanliness, there are always other options such as wearing disposable gloves while working or when having a direct contact with food.
All of the gloves offered by Noble provide a protective barrier between your bare hand and food or unsanitary conditions, but that doesn't mean much if used incorrectly. For food handlers, it is always important that gloves be removed before or after handling money and replaced with a new pair afterwards. Gloves must also be changed at least every 4 hours during continual use and after handling raw meat, seafood, or poultry to cut down on cross-contamination.
Proper removal of disposable gloves is just as important as wearing the gloves properly. Cross-contamination between soiled gloves and clean hands can easily be prevented by following these simple steps. Grasp the outside edge of one of the gloves near the wrist. Peel it away from hand, turning the glove inside out. Hold this glove in the opposite gloved hand. Then, slide an ungloved finger under the wrist of the remaining glove, being careful not to touch the outside of the glove. Peel it off from inside, creating a bag for both gloves. Discard and wash hands thoroughly.
Making gloves easily accessible allows you to slip on a pair even when in a rush, so don't forget to purchase a wire wall mount glove rack so that you can keep your gloves within arm's reach of your sink, prep table, janitor's closet, and more.
Plus, as people responsible in the food production, we must have a proper and clean attire and apparel. It is to keep the good and clean image of the industry, also to reflect our own personal hygiene. With these factors being showed by the food industry establishment, it can grow faith in customers for the establishment to handle their foods excellently.